Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to dig into the sources, pull out the key insights, and basically give you the rundown so you're ahead of the curve.
That's the plan.
And today, we are getting into something maybe a little unexpected for some new adult sports romance. Specifically, we're unpacking The Deal. It's the first book in Elle Kennedy's very popular off-campus series.
Hugely popular.
I know the setup, right? It sounds classic. Cocky hockey star can get any girl.
Yeah.
Smart music lover wants nothing to do with him.
The classic push and pull.
Exactly. So naturally, they make a deal and, everything changes. But the deal, it feels like there's more going on here than just your average campus romance, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. That's what makes it stand out, I think. Elle Kennedy, she manages to weave together so much. It's got that flirty, really funny banter, but then underneath, it's surprisingly heartfelt. You've got college life, the whole sports fame pressure cooker, dealing with past trauma, which is handled really thoughtfully, and then just that undeniable chemistry and actual character growth. It makes you wonder, how does she even balance all of that?
That's exactly what we want to dig into. Okay, so setting the scene. We're at Breyer University, fictional place, but think classic college campus, big on sports. Home to the Breyer Bulldogs hockey team, Division I, a big deal.
The Jock Kingdom.
And our main players are Hannah Wells and Garrett Graham. Hannah, first, she's a music major, loves singing, super smart academically. But, and this is important, underneath, she's dealing with the emotional fallout from a past assault. So she's guarded, especially, with intimacy.
Understandably so. And then there's Garrett Graham, basically hockey royalty at Breyer. Captain, son of an NHL legend, super charismatic, maybe a little arrogant.
Maybe more than a little.
Yeah, okay, definitely arrogant, and completely focused on making it to the NHL himself. He's used to being the star, used to getting what he wants.
So these two very different people, their paths are about to cross in a pretty significant way.
Right, because Garrett's seemingly perfect world hits a wall.
Yeah, academics, he's bombing his ethics class, really bombing it. And at Breyer, athletes have strict GPA rules. Fail this class, and he's off the team. Season over, maybe NHL dreams too.
So the pressure's on, he gets his terrible midterm score back, and then he sees Hannah's grade, top of the class.
Ding, ding, ding. Solution appears.
Exactly, and this is key to Garrett's character early on. He sees Hannah purely as a means to an end. Fix my grades, save my season. It's all very pragmatic, almost cold.
Which makes their eventual connection feel, well, more real, because it didn't start with stars in their eyes. It started with him needing something.
Totally. So this leads to their first meeting, which, yeah, maybe not so cute.
Definitely not. Garrett strolls up to Hannah after class, probably flashing that $1,000,000 smile, expecting her to melt.
As usual.
But Hannah, nope, shuts him down. She couldn't care less about the hockey fame or the charm. He's just some smug jock wasting her time.
And that's brilliant, right? It establishes Hannah immediately. She's got backbone. She's not just going to fall for the BMOC routine. It forces Garrett to actually, try.
Which is clearly a novel concept for him. But he doesn't give up. He turns on what the sources call the full charm offensive.
Oh, yeah. Following her around, popping up everywhere.
Trying to wear her down.
Yeah.
But she holds strong. No tutoring. Firm boundary.
Until Garrett, being the strategist he is, overhears something useful.
Right. He hears Hannah talking with her friend about her crush, this guy Justin Cole, a football player.
And light bulb moment for Garrett. He sees his leverage.
He goes back to her with a new proposition. The deal. She tutors him in ethics.
And in return, he'll help her get Justin's attention. He'll be her wingman, make her seem desirable, play the game.
Hannah thinks about it. She's reluctant. Really reluctant. But honestly, mostly she just wants Garrett to leave her alone. So fine, deal, just to get some peace.
So the tutoring begins.
Yep.
And their first session is interesting because Garrett isn't dumb. Not at all.
No, surprisingly smart. Just completely allergic to actual studying. He's always relied on talent, on hockey, discipline in academics, foreign concept.
And Hannah, being sharp and focused, she doesn't let him get away with anything. She pushes him.
And this is where things start to shift, right? Beyond the initial stereotypes. Their banter. It just sparks.
It really does. His cockiness bumps up against her sarcasm, and there's this, electric tension. She annoys him, he pushes her buttons.
She sees him as this frustrating but oddly entertaining teammate at first. But Garrett, you notice, starts seeing her. Not just the tutor, Her laugh, the way she bites back, the little eye roll when she's trying not to smile.
Yeah, it's that slow burn. The connection starts building under the surface, even while they're still focused on the deal. It feels organic.
And then we get a glimpse behind Garrett's perfect facade. Hannah ends up studying at his place, meets his teammates who are loud and maybe a bit much, but clearly loyal, that whole found family thing.
Yeah, typical for sports romance, but done well here. But the really big moment is when Hannah finds out about Garrett's dad.
Oh yeah, the famous NHL player dad wasn't just famous, he was abusive. Physically, emotionally, really messed Garrett up.
And suddenly, Garrett isn't just the golden boy anymore. He's vulnerable. He has scars, too. For Hannah, seeing that side of him, it changes everything.
It humanizes him completely,
Mm.
makes him more than the swagger. It's a huge step for building actual trust between them. Shows that sharing vulnerability, that's powerful stuff.
Absolutely. And that new understanding really comes into play at this big hockey party. Garrett talks Hannah into going, supposedly, to execute the Get Justin plan.
Right, stage a fake flirt session to make Justin jealous.
But oops, the plan kind of backfires on Garrett because he feels jealous, like surprisingly intense jealousy watching her near Justin.
Uh-oh, feelings emerging. And later that night, things get even deeper. They have a quiet moment, and Hannah, she hints about her past assault. Doesn't give details, but opens the door a little.
And Garrett's reaction is perfect. He just listens, no pressure, no judgment, just makes it clear he respects her space, her boundaries.
That combination, his unexpected jealousy, plus his really empathetic listening, that's the turning point, isn't it?
Totally. It shifts them from this transactional deal thing to something. Well, something potentially real. Trust is starting to form, for real this time.
After that party, you see their dynamic change. Garrett's texting her all the time, checking in, inviting her to hang out, watch games, not just as the tutor, but as Hannah.
He gets protective, attentive, different from how he is with other girls, and Hannah notices that.
And then comes the moment of truth for the original deal. Hannah finally goes on that date with Justin.
Again?
And nothing. It's flat. Good conversations, man. Compared to the easy back and forth she has with Garrett, the way she feels comfortable, sparks flying even when they argue. It's just obvious.
Obvious where the real connection is.
Exactly. She realizes her feelings aren't just about proximity or the deal. They're actually for Garrett.
Which is great because it shows her realizing what she wants, not just reacting to him. Her agency is growing.
And all this simmering tension, this growing closeness,
The
it leads to the first kiss.
kiss, yes. During a study session, of course. A bit of teasing, a bit.
And bam, Garrett kisses her. And it's passionate, definitely. But the key thing is, it's controlled. He doesn't push.
Which is so important given her history. He lets her set the pace.
And when she pulls back, she's surprised. Surprised by how much she liked it, how much she wants. More.
That moment is handled so well. It's about her rediscovering her desire, feeling safe enough to explore that again on her own terms. He gives her that space. It's about her healing journey as much as the romance.
Yeah, Kennedy really navigates that with sensitivity. So as they get closer, Hannah feels safe enough to tell Garrett everything, the full story of her assault, how it's affected her.
And his response, pure empathy, no pity, just support. He gets it. He believes her. He's just there for her.
And that vulnerability goes both ways. Garrett opens up more about his dad, the abuse, how it still impacts him. They're building this deep mutual trust based on shared honesty about their deepest wounds.
That's why the romance feels so earned, right? It's not just surface level. They connect over their resilience, their shared understanding of trauma and healing. That emotional intimacy is the bedrock.
So inevitably, they make it official. They start dating. And cue the campus gossip.
Oh, yeah. Hockey star Garrett Graham is dating who? The quiet music girl? People are shocked, maybe a little judgy.
But Garrett doesn't give a damn. He makes it public, posts pictures, holds her hand on campus, tells everyone, yeah, she's my girl. Deal with it.
Which is huge for Hannah, who's definitely not used to that kind of spotlight. His public support is unwavering, and it helps her navigate that new reality.
It really shows how far he's come from the arrogant jock just looking for a tutor. He values her, not just her brains or looks,
Yeah.
and doesn't care about the optics.
Totally breaks that stereotype. But of course, smooth sailing isn't really the way these stories work.
Nope. Conflict time. Garrett's abusive father reappears, makes threats, tries to interfere with his NHL prospects, stirs everything up.
Huge stressor for Garrett. And at the same time, Hannah starts to worry. Am I a distraction? Am I messing up his future? Those old insecurities creep back in.
And it leads to a big fight, a really heated argument where all those fears and pressures just explode. Hannah's fear of vulnerability, Garrett's pride. They clash.
And they break up. Temporarily, it feels real, though, because it stems from their core issues. It shows they still have stuff to work through, even with all the trust they built.
It makes a reconciliation feel more meaningful, too.
Yeah.
Garrett is miserable without her, utterly miserable, and he has this realization. She's not a distraction. She's the opposite. She's his anchor.
Yeah, the person who keeps him grounded.
So he goes for the grand gesture. But it's not about fancy things. It's about honesty.
Mm.
He shows up, lays it all out, apologizes sincerely, promises to fight for them, tells her how much she means to him.
It's the peak of his character arc, really. Moving past the pride, understanding what truly matters, committing fully.
And it works. They get back together, stronger this time, and the ending brings everything together. The Bulldogs win the big game, keeping the NHL dream alive for Garrett.
And Hannah, she has her moment too, performs at a music showcase, just nails it. And Garrett's right there in the audience, beaming, her biggest fan.
It's a great parallel. Both supporting each other's dreams. They've figured out how to navigate the tough stuff, how to support each other's vulnerabilities and ambitions. That initial deal, it ended up being the starting point for something incredibly real and resilient.
Built on trust, like you said earlier.
So let's unpack why the deal hits so well. Why does it work? I think the first big theme has to be healing through trust.
Absolutely. The romance isn't just sparks and banter, though it has plenty of that. It's fundamentally grounded in creating emotional safety. They heal together through trusting each other with their deepest vulnerabilities.
And that trust is earned step by step.
Yeah.
It feels authentic. Then there's the way it breaks stereotypes.
Garrett is so much more than the Playboy jock. He shows real depth, vulnerability, growth. And Hannah isn't just the shy good girl either. She finds her voice, her strength, her desire. They both evolve significantly.
And we have to mention the trauma representation. It's handled with such care.
Yeah, really commendably. It treats Hannah's experience and recovery with empathy, never sensationalizing it. Garrett's response is consistently supportive, focusing on her agency and healing. It's just respectful, and
Yeah.
that's so important.
Definitely. And let's not forget the found family aspect. The hockey team brotherhood adds so much humor and warmth.
Yeah, that loyalty, that chaotic energy, it provides a great backdrop and support system for Garrett, and eventually Hannah, too.
So overall, Elle Kennedy just finds this amazing balance, right?
Yeah.
Witty, sexy dialogue, but also genuine character depth, using the dual point of view. That's crucial.
Oh, totally. Seeing inside both Hannah's and Garrett's heads lets you understand their motivations, their fears, their internal shifts. You see why they fall for each other beyond just the surface attraction. It makes the whole journey feel so much richer.
It really transforms that simple deal premise into a much deeper exploration of growth and connection.
Exactly.
So, final verdict time. For the deal, we're landing on a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommended if you're looking for a college romance that's got that slow burn, plenty of heat, but also real emotional weight. It's as much about finding friendship and healing as it is about finding love.
Well said.
Okay, here's a final thought to chew on. From cocky banter to real love, the deal shows that sometimes the most important contracts aren't written on paper, they're written in trust.
So, thinking about Hannah and Garrett's journey, that whole evolution from a fake deal to something profoundly real, what do you think? Can you really start something fake and find something genuine? What part of their story really stands out to you? Something to consider.